Here we are with my old friend, colleague, and Hall of Fame, Steve Flink, after a final which wasn't a final. I mean, or there was a final.
Well, it was a clinic from Swiatek, and poor Anisimova, Ubaldo. I mean, I think she knew it was going to be difficult. She said afterwards that she maybe was a bit weary from the fortnight. But I think the last thing she ever envisioned was losing a love Wimbledon final in her debut in a Wimbledon final. That was a pretty tough pill for her to swallow. But Swiatek, 55 of 79 points, 11 unforced errors. She was impeccable, and Anisimova just could never find her range, Ubaldo.
Well, there were 16 unforced errors in the first 22 points. I mean, Anisimova made only 9 points in the first set.
Right.
I mean,
she did better in the second, but still, it was. She just could never string two or three great points together, and you could see the hesitation. She'd set up to hit a drive volley, and you could just see it, that she was not going to go for it and swing freely, and sure enough, she'd miss the swing volley. That was the kind of day it was for her. Had a terrible day off her forehand. I will say this, Swiatek picked away at that forehand, Ubaldo. We all know that Anisimova has one of the best backhands in women's tennis. So Swiatek just directed...
She was, sorry if I interrupt, she was missing also backhand.
Oh yeah, today the backhand was off too, but Swiatek concentrated. She sent a barrage of balls to the forehand, more to the forehand, and got a lot of errors. And so Swiatek played a very smart match, and Anisimova just was not up to the task of playing her first Wimbledon final against somebody as formidable as Iga Swiatek.
Swiatek who had won 5 slams, but she never went over the quarters of finals in Wimbledon until this year, when she lost in the quarters to Svitolina. She was excited at the end as if she had won 7-6 in the third. I mean,
Iga was.
Yes. Iga.
Yeah, she was. And why not? I mean, she knew she had played an immaculate match.
Yeah.
I think she did have genuine sorrow for Anisimova not to get a few games, but the whole point was that we know about Iga, Ubaldo. Think of all the 6-love sets we've seen from her at Roland Garros.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't usually happen as much on the other surfaces as it does on clay, but when she's in this kind of a mood and playing with that kind of point in, point out intensity, she can win those 6-love sets against great players. Look at the 2-in-love semifinal she had with Bencic, who's a real veteran. So
So if we look at the history of Wimbledon Open, there is not any other 6-love. There was in 1975 Billie Jean King who beat Yvonne Goolagong 6-love 6-1.
And that one was actually a lot shorter. There was only 38 minutes. This one lasted almost 20 minutes longer. So that was the difference. But that's because they were attacking Ubaldo. That was serve and volley era. That was grass. Billie Jean coming to the net. Yvonne coming to the net. Quick point. So that's why the match was shorter.
Then they weren't probably advertising the side change, I mean, on TV.
True.
So I mean, sometimes they didn't even have the chairs to sit. They had to walk around. I remember some matches who lasted really 1 hour, and there were 3 sets.
But you do probably remember Steffi Graf in her Grand Slam year of '88 beating Zvereva love in 32 minutes.
34.
Well, there's a big debate about that.
I was there. You were probably there.
Yes, and I'm going with 32 because that's what they eventually.
No way, 34.
we'll compromise. 33.
33.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Listen. Yes, and Zvereva, she was traumatized after that because she almost didn't want to play singles anymore. She became a strong player in doubles. She was playing with Gigi Fernandez.
Right.
And
they were great together.
Won a few slams.
Yes.
But in singles, she was never able to produce again. And don't forget that in 1988, that was the final you are referring to, won by Graf.
Right.
She made the Golden Slam because she won the 4 slams and she won the Olympics.
Exactly, and this was only the second leg, but it was by far the easiest final that she had in the Grand Slam or the Olympics. So, but Ubaldo, how do you think Anisimova is going to react to this? She was obviously very tearful in the presentation ceremony. So my question is, does she get over it and realize I made the finals of Wimbledon, and whether I lost 6-love or 7-5 in the third, I lost. I got to just put it behind me. I still beat all those other players. I still beat Sabalenka, and I got to the title round.
Yeah, well, she had so many psychological problems in the past that I don't know how stronger she is mentally now. So it could be, as you said, or it could be that she will suffer also the next matches.
Well,
I have no idea.
I'm cautiously optimistic that the people around her, Ubaldo, we have a little noise behind us.
The police.
So
they're not arresting us.
Nothing we can do about them.
It's good they didn't arrest us.
No, but I would think, I'm cautiously optimistic that the people around Anisimova will try to reinforce that it was still a tremendous tournament for her to reach the finals, to beat Sabalenka, who was the favorite to win the title. And even though she didn't live up to her own expectations or anybody else today by losing Love and Love, it was still a remarkable tournament for her.
Yes, sure. Look, Steve, we should mention the fact that in 1911, there was another 6-love, 6-love.
Oh, you remember them well. Dorothea Lambert Chambers and Dora Boothby played that match. They're household names.
Yeah.
No, but of course that tells you something. You know, since then it didn't happen, and it is so rare, two players at this level, that it even can happen. Now, I will say this: we should give full marks to Swiatek, Ubaldo, because she was relentless. She was aggressive. She actually didn't let Anisimova take control of very many points. I thought maybe Anisimova would get on top in some of these rallies. It rarely happened, and then Iga just wasn't missing. Yeah.
Okay. I just went through a few one-sided match in Wimbledon. There was Evert Morozova.
Yes.
That was 6-love, 6-4.
Right. That was Chrissy's first Wimbledon in '74.
Yeah.
Right.
Then there was also in Navratilova Jaeger, 6-love, 6-3.
Yeah, 1983. Right.
Yeah,
and that was Martina in her prime.
Oh, correct. Then more recent, 2013, Marion Bartoli to the German Lisicki, 6-3, 6-love. And then also Kvitova in 2014 to to Bouchard.
Yes.
Eugenie Bouchard.
Yeah, she'd had a great run, and Kvitova just blew her off the court. She had too much power.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, that's all. We just hope.
And of course, we already mentioned King and Gulagang, so there have been some one-sided ones, but of course, this one tops the list among the modern finals.
Also, because there was never also a semi-final where the winner lost only 2 games. I mean, 2 games between semi-finals and finals cannot be beaten.
2 games, 4 sets. Yeah. And so you have to look at that combined and say the credit should go to Iga Swiatek because Bencic is a far more experienced opponent than Anisimova, and a different kind of player, much more consistent from the baseline.
Okay, well, that's all for the ladies tournament. Just about the men, we remember that tomorrow we'll see Alcaraz
Who's he
versus Sinner.
Oh, right.
Yes, and we have, everyone says that it's impossible to make a real prediction.
I think they're right, Ubaldo. I mean, I still will lean Alcaraz, but only ever so slightly, and anybody
like
who
Djokovic.
What?
Like Djokovic, like you.
Yeah, I agree with you. What he said made sense. What he said made sense, and I just feel that it is almost a coin flip, and it can work 2 ways. Sinner, as Alcaraz even suggested himself, maybe he learns from Paris, and this time it's his day. Or maybe Carlos is inside his head with the 5 wins in a row and Roland Garros so recent, and he wins another close one. What would shock me is if we don't get a minimum 4. I'm still expecting 5 either way.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm sure that at least one tiebreaker we will see, because both are serving much better.
Yes, they are.
They have improved. Sinner is serving 75% of first serve. Alcaraz made progress on serve, so I'm sure that at least one tiebreaker will come out.
I agree with that, and it's different with Sinner. You're right. It's the speed, it's the precision. It's not anything shocking, but he locates it beautifully. Carlos changes the speeds and spins all the time.
Yeah.
He might hit a first serve at 108 and serve and volley, and the next one is 135, and you don't know what's coming with him.
Okay, but we know that Steve Flink will be here tomorrow, my old friend, colleague, and Hall of Famer. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Ubaldo.